But it's the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by a couple of very special guests. We've got Indie Princess.
Hello.
Varian Grant. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going? How are you?
Good, thanks. Just making sure we are live. There to double check. Welcome, Tank Ferret. Hail, WyzGyz and friends.
Hail.
What up, what up? Let me double check something here because that didn't work out the way I planned. Oh, here it goes. Excuse me. So it's been some time since I last saw you.
It has.
Let's
a lot has happened.
Yeah, I bet. Let's do a little re-intro. Varian, I don't know if you caught the last stream, but on my channel, I like to kind of do a deeper dive with creators and get to know a little better through their quote unquote origin story.
Sure.
So, well, ladies first, or princesses first, rather. So, Indie Princess, would you do the honors and like share what growing up was like, what you were into, whether it be movies, cartoons, toys, TV, and what were the key milestones in your life that led you to becoming this independent creator?
My childhood sucked. I didn't have much as a kid, so I didn't know nothing about comics or anything. The main thing that happened was I met my husband, and he introduced me to a whole new world. And I was a little nervous at first, but after my first convention, I was hooked. And I haven't looked back since.
Was it like a comic convention specifically?
It was.
All right. So it wasn't like one of the...
It was a small one.
All right. But it wasn't like a horror convention or a manga?
No.
Kind of...
No, your typical comic convention.
Oops, we're getting a little echo there. And what was it that you were drawn to that really captured you or your imagination?
I've always been creative. I mean, I used to draw. I used to write. That's the only thing I really could do as a kid. So my husband, he had a publishing company, and I started helping him out. And we've been making comics ever since. Now I branched out on my own and started making my own comics, and I got my own publishing company.
Wow, nice. And you, as I understand, have you're focused on the adult division side of the company.
Yep, the adult side of it.
Is that not just comics, but other types of media that you'll go into?
As for right now, it's just comics.
Okay.
I'm focused on comics.
Cool deal. And Varian, would you share with us your origin story? What kinds of stuff you were into when you were young, be it TV, cartoons, movies, video games?
Yeah, I always was always into cartoons. Was born in the '80s, so for me, a lot of cartoons, He-Man, Silverhawks, Thundercats, G.I. Joe, that type of stuff.
The best era.
yeah, really entertaining stuff in my opinion. Inspector Gadget, Dennis the Menace, Alvin and the Chipmunks, all that stuff. I watched it all, and I just always was interested in it. I think for me, especially because I got older, was I think I was 5 when my kindergarten teacher, she said that she told my parents that she thought that I, for some reason, she says Varian likes to entertain the class, and you probably should try to get him into modeling or some acting classes because he really likes to entertain people, and I do. I've always liked entertaining people, and so my parents got me into modeling as a child. I did a series of commercials. If you're sharp about them and look back to some Google videos, you might be able to find a couple of them as a kid. But when I was a kid, but the thing is, that helped me understand that there were two sides of the entertainment medium. That there was the side of consuming the entertainment and making the entertainment. And I think I figured very young that I was going to get fat and old one day and not be able to produce it. I mean, I'd not be able to be in a position where I could be consumable, but I could at least produce this. So, I mean, I've always liked drawing. My several artists in my family.
All right.
So I think I'll draw them all, but several others. So it's just something that I naturally end up doing. And then comics, my parents got me comics before I could read. I had comic books.
Oh, cool.
And I still have my first comic book. I still have it. It was it's in bad shape, but I wouldn't get rid of it for the world. But still have it. The old Fantastic Four, but with Puppet Master in it. So
Fantastic Four, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That and my father would give me the Savage Sword of Conan, and my aunt, for some reason, my aunt was younger, and she stayed with my mother, and she would color them because they were black and white inside. She would color in them. And so I would read the comic, then give it to her, and she would color in it. Then I read it again because now it wasn't color. But yeah, it was those books that I could, again, when I say I was reading them, I really could not read them. But that actually made me want to read. So all throughout school, I was at higher reading level. But that's pretty much how I got involved. I just wanted to always create and entertain people. But yeah, I can go forever, but I'll let you read.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah. So obviously, you grew up in the arguably the best generation. Yeah, I spoke with other creators who, when they were younger, before they could read, they were exposed to comics, and that either encouraged them to want to read or it taught them how to read, which is a real trip. Welcome, Good Stuff Comic Skater. Hail panel. #crackback. Welcome, What About? Ahoy, one and all. Hail, hail, bow. Hey there. Bow, bow. That part I'm not sure what that's about. I've heard about #crackback though. Oh, man. So, what is your side of the business, Varian? What do you handle?
Well, I've always been an artist. I think that I wanted to make comic books and make my own books. And because I think I pretty much determined early on that as much as I loved Wolverine, excuse me, see, I started mentioning Marvel. See, I have a bullshit allergy, so when I mention Marvel and mainstream comics, I just the thing is, though, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to work for these guys ever, so I wanted to make my own books, and so I started a publishing company, and it's called the first one was called Unlimited Psycho. Colossal failure. I'm gonna take 95% of the blame on it. Because I just failed left and right with that company. But yeah, so it was publishing. And so basically what I do now is I publish, I create, still draw. I got a book I'm finishing up right now. I've been working on for a long time, story-wise. Yeah, Yeah, that's it. Publishing, as far as my company last called Comics, which I have now, is concerned, publishing, creating books. I draw a little bit of. I draw. I also have some other companies, like I have Indiegogo that I own, and I have Liberty Entertainment Distribution that I own. I keep all that separate though, so I keep them all, as their own separate LLCs.
Holy cow! How did you gain the experience to be able to do that, like almost from scratch? I mean, you started out as an artist. You decided. Well, first off, why did you feel that you would never work for like Marvel or DC?
Well, I don't think I should rephrase it. It's not that I didn't feel like I would work for them. I just felt like, for one, in my head, and it's gonna sound weird, I know what stories I think they should be telling. I just know if I'm the person that can tell them. And the only character that I want to draw might be Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
That might be it. And they're never gonna give me a Wolverine book to draw. They'll never do it. Maybe a cover or two, but they'll never give me Wolverine to draw. So, and then I just felt like I would never get that opportunity. And two, when you're creative yourself, you have so many stories in your head you want to tell. It's just like, I don't want to tell their stories. I mean, I want to tell my own. Ultimately, I have to give a lot of credit to them because, the stories from a particular era influence a lot of the type of entertainment I want to put out and I still like to consume. So for me, it is, I do owe them a bit of gratitude. I can't talk about it too badly, but for me, getting the knowledge to do all of that I've done is trial and error, failure. Failure is the best teacher.
For sure.
And boy, oh boy, haven't I failed.
Yeah, they say, just get used to failure because it's going to happen a lot.
Yeah.
You'll fail more times than succeed, but all it takes is one moment for success.
Yeah, nothing I'm doing now is something that I hadn't tried in the past. Nothing I'm doing now. Publishing comics. I had another company. It didn't work out. The promotion of comics, I tried before. That didn't work out. And then distribution, I tried. It didn't work out. So I had to learn these lessons of how to fail. Before I figured, oh, okay, now I know what to do.
Wow.
It wasn't a lot of sleepless nights. There was no, if anybody tells you, oh, you could do this, you could do this and still keep a regular lifestyle. Not for the first months. You're going to have to stay up a couple of nights. You're going to have to stay up to 3, 4 in the morning, not bitch about it. Just, get your sleep when you can, wake up, go right back at it. And when you run as many companies as I do, it can't get next to you.
Man, that's pretty wild. So that more or less gave you you seem to have a really strong work ethic and you have a huge drive to create and stuff, with especially juggling so many companies and stuff. Did you do a lot of did you spend a lot of time poring over books on how to start businesses and even go through check out YouTube tutorials, see if they had any hints and suggestions?
Not so much YouTube, a lot of books. I wish I could take you guys around my office here. There are piles of books, books on journalism, books on warehousing, books on distribution and shipping logistics books. I have tons of books on.
Dang.
I joke about getting I went to art school, but I joke about getting a college education afterwards, just an amount of books I've read. And it's kind of cool because I can keep up with college grads when we're talking, about what they have a degree in. I can talk to them about it and they'll think, I've had them think, college graduates in journalism think that I have a, degree in journalism. you know, I know I just did a lot of research in your area, and here's what I know.
Right. Well, that's quite impressive.
It's just you just have to do it. You just have to pick up the books. There are books out there. There are, everyone has. If you can't afford them, there's a library you can go to, and you can pick up the books that you need and research, learn, and just keep doing it. I try to consume a book a week.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I hear all the success stories. The successful people, they do lots of reading, and yeah, that's something I should probably I should probably try.
It can be problematic because sometimes the books contradict themselves. So you'll read a book where one person who's a leader in the field says this, and then their opponent or someone who totally doesn't agree with them, right? And you're like, you have this internal battle in your head because you've read both of them now, when you're trying to figure out who's right, and you get into those Goodwill Hunting arguments. Well, Smith says that blah 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 blah, and but Owen says this, and so you have to figure out what works for you. It becomes about what you think, and you're gonna live and die based on that. So I've done that. I've read, I got books on publishing comics, creating comics, distribution, warehousing, media journalism. Those are the most expensive. The journalism books are the most expensive books.
Really?
Yeah, those are the books that. Because I think the more money you can make in the industry, I think the books cost the most, because I got a book from a media journalism book. I forget the name of it right now, but it was $80. $80. For a book that's about that, that big. It's not a workbook or anything. It's just facts, and it's it's got a little DVD in the back, but it's outdated. But and then when I say it's got a DVD in the back, I'm sorry, it's a CD-ROM in the back. So that's how old it is.
Yeah.
They'll tell you to go to the website and download it now.
Oh,
but they still want $80 for that book. So I bought it. I have it, but it is worth it.
Interesting. Yeah, the books that I would read are like those for dummy books. And over time, I couldn't justify, keeping them all, because you had like DOS for dummies, V32 modems for dummies, and the really old technologies.
Yeah. The for dummies books can get outdated pretty quick. They update though. They do have updates of those, but yeah, they can get outdated pretty quick.
So in terms of your artistic side, so would you consider yourself a penciler, colorist, inker, as well as a storyteller, author? Like, you do everything yourself in lettering?
I can do it all myself. The only thing I'm comfortable calling myself is an illustrator. Because I've colored a comic. As a matter of fact, I just looked at the first comic I colored today, and I'm like, oh, I could do so much better. I could have did so much better, but yeah, I could do it all. I just don't think I'm very good at any of it except for illustration. I think that might be, that's why I'm much more proficient at than I would be in, those other things. And I also recently started telling people I don't consider myself a writer. Comic book writer, because I respect what actual writers do too much to put myself up there with them. So I'll say I'm I created this. I wrote the story, okay. but like, I try to think of myself a writer because I respect what writers do. I respect people who sit back there and they come up with these intricate story structures. I have a story structure in my head, but it's what comes out of this I call it this Asperger's mental tangle I have, and that's what's up. So it's like I know what I want to say. Like, right. I don't work from a script. I don't write. When I have to write a script, I'll write it, if I pass on to someone else. But when it comes to me drawing it, I don't work from a script. I just draw on the page and do what I have to do that way.
So on your projects, do you tend to do the illustration primarily and then hire out the other tasks?
Sometimes it depends. It depends on who I'm hiring. I've had some artists tell me, they'd rather just do it themselves. And I'll say, okay, but if I know I'm working for another artist, I tend to be a lot more descriptive in my scripts because I want them to, like kind of, I want them to follow camera shots and, hey, do this and do that. At the same time, though, I understand being an artist. Sometimes that what I'm thinking might not be what feels best to the story. And so I have thumbnailed it out before. And then I have an artist call me and say, hey, you know what? I know you wanted me to do this, but I got another idea for this page. Do you mind if we do this? Or let me show you some examples. And generally I side with the artist because, I know I'm not a genius. So when I look at when I look at their pages, I'm like, oh, this does work a lot better than what I had planned.
Gotcha. Nice. Good stuff. Comments here. Sorry, boss, came by and had to dip out. Ow! Feels like Michael Jackson's in the room. And Indie Princess, what in terms of your creative roles, what would you say your focus is, or do you do a little of everything as well?
Well, we'll start with the comics. I am the writer and creator of lore. That's my first book. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the comics. When it comes to last call in general, I run the table, handle inventory, all that good stuff. Make sure people get their orders when they order online. But then with IndieVolt, I'm the EIC for IndieVolt.com. So I run the website. I make sure all the articles go up and everything. And I also run the radio station for IndieVolt.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So I'm talking to all the people that for the music, for the shows that go on there. I do all that. Yeah, I got many hats.
Oh, man, no kidding. You guys are both very, very busy.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm in college on top of that.
What? Are you?
Yes.
So what are you studying now?
I'm going for a bachelor's degree, majoring in photography and minoring in graphic design.
Whoa, holy cow. Out of curiosity, how many units are you pulling down?
Huh?
How many units are you pulling down? Like, are you taking 16 units a quarter or a semester?
I'm online and I'm in accelerated classes.
Holy
So I take 2 classes, 8 weeks each, and there's nonstop. I don't stop. There's like very little breaks or anything.
wow. Do you like that style of learning?
I do.
Accelerated pace?
I do.
How long does it take to get a bachelor's this way?
Almost 4 years.
Okay. All right. So similar.
A little less than 4 years. But I postponed some of my classes, so some stuff came up and I had to drop out of a class here and there. So I'll be at the 4-year mark just because of that.
That's still pretty impressive.
Next year I graduate.
Wow. So did you choose those specific majors because you're going to actively use those skills to enhance and build the business?
Yes and no. I already know graphic design, web design, logo design. I know all that. And I was already doing photography. So I decided to go get the little piece of paper that says I'm certified in those areas so I can branch out more.
Gotcha. Pretty sweet. So you guys, you have the book Lure, and it's your very first one.
It is.
And how long has the story been in your mind? Or how long have you been mulling it over before you put it down on, like, into a script?
The script was basically it. I came up with the idea one day and I just started writing.
Did you literally get it all done in one session, or?
No, it took me about 3 months to get it all done.
Okay, all right. And what was your inspiration?
A lot of things. Some people will say it's a self-insert book, but I want to clarify it is not. But I did take experiences that I've witnessed and heard about, was told about, and put that into my book. It was a very therapeutic book for me because I do suffer from PTSD, and I was able to get out my feelings and thoughts through this book.
Considering it ended up becoming very therapeutic, did you actually anticipate or expect that it would be therapeutic as you were making it, or was this like a?
I was hoping it would be.
Oh, okay.
And I was hoping it would be because the therapies and stuff that I go through all the time, they don't really work. So writing was a way to get out how I was feeling and experiencing and put it into the book. There's a lot of exaggeration on top of what I've experienced or what I was told, but there's bits and parts that are true.
Right. Well, I mean, that's kind of the beauty of the comic book genre, right?
Yeah.
The freedom to exaggerate and to embellish. Welcome, Eric McIntyre. Yo.
Hello.
Now, seeing as how you mentioned it being therapeutic, making this book, and you also mentioned PTSD. Have you been exploring the possibility of, like, let's see, like making almost like cross-promotional deals with places that have, support people with PTSD? Like, do you think others would benefit significantly, those who have PTSD?
Not from this book, no.
Okay.
The next book that I'm working on, yes.
Ah, nice.
This one is just if you're looking for something a little edgier, more adult, suspense thriller, a little bit of horror in there, then this is the book for you. I just added elements, like I said, that I've witnessed and everything, and exaggerated them and put them into this book. But this one wouldn't really help people with PTSD so much.
Okay.
But my next one will.
Oh, all right.
I'm doing like a autobiography comic.
Oh, wow. And so with Lure, I mean, it's a suspense thriller. Are you really into those kinds of, like, movies and TV programs?
I am.
Do you guys find yourselves watching a lot of that kind of content?
We do watch it. Right now, we're pretty much hooked on Law and Order, SVU. We've been binge watching that a lot. So,
what's that other program? Our family was really into Criminal Minds.
okay.
That was an enjoyable series. But, I look at these kinds of programs, where you're watching, like, detectives and officers try and find a killer.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at all these gruesome types of deaths, and you wonder how the creators of these TV series come up with all this crazy stuff,
With Law and Order, they say it's not real, but it is. we sit down and we're like, oh, this is what happened with so and so, and this is what happened with this person. So they take a real story and exaggerate it a little bit and modify a few things here and there, kind of like what I did with Lord.
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, I think with Lord's that she mentions that cathartic, you know, the cathartic release that it had. One of the things was that, you know, she said it before, is that, you know, when she was younger, she was kidnapped, so she had to confront a lot of that. You know, I think it was I don't think it was intentional confrontation. You started writing, you're like, oh shit, excuse my language, but
No
you
problem.
know, you know this, you know, I have to kind of confront what's happened to me, and you know, I think she did that pretty well. She wrote through it. She wrote through a lot of pain. There were some times that she, you know, took time to walk away from the script because she knew that it was pushing her to a darker place outside of the story. You know, just you know, I would see her kind of, you know, have to go and lock herself away for a while, you know, to get over whatever it brought up. So, you know, I think it was kind of brave of her to go in and, you know, tackle a story like this, you know. And I know that some things that, you know, she had experienced, some things that she had, you know, again, she mentioned that she exaggerated some of it, you know, she's mentioned that several times to, you know, make a good story. But you know, that was a brave thing to do, you know, to confront a story of you know, this type of abuse when you've, you know, endured, you know, anything close to it. You know, could be I mean, you know, they're so worried about, we always talk about trigger warnings nowadays. When you put yourself in that environment, that's pretty edgy. So I
Yeah, no shit.
that's I thought that was pretty brave, Reverend. You know, I'll be honest with you. You know, I supported her, but you know, I was worried, and I even at one point even asked her, "You sure this is what you want to do? You just want to tell another story, maybe something else?" And I remember I dangled another story I did in front of her. She didn't bite. She was set to tell this one. She was, you know, this is the story she wanted to tell first. So okay, let's do it. And she sat down, and I have been so hands off because I think I realized that, you know, like, wasn't my story to tell. And there's only one part of the script I help with. I'm not going to tell you guys, but when you read it, you'll know. You'll know. It's in the very beginning of the story. It's a talk between two characters having a discussion, and it's, you'll know it's new because I think it's funny. And when you read, you say, "Oh, there's a reference." I like that. That's. I think the reason why I know people will get it is because someone who read it cold got it, and they reach out to her and told her, "Hey, is this about this thing?" I get that, and so hopefully everyone else will find that funny too. A little bit of
But you are in the book.
yeah, I found out I was in the book today. I found out I was in the book. Yeah.
You cameoed in it.
Yeah, I found out I was in the book. I'm hanging out there in the book. I didn't know that, but I was when she got the pages back today, which is cool because to watch her, you know, she's helped me publish books for 10 years now. So to watch her kind of do her own and you know, work with an artist and get her pages back today, and that was cool. She got them, and she's super excited to go to that next stage of lettering, which that might be where I step in a bit. That might be that might be where I have to be. Okay, look, you can't just go out here. Lettering can make or break a book. You guys know that.
Yeah. So there's a chance that you might end up doing the lettering?
No, there's a chance I'll supervise and beg her to hire someone. I know she's considering doing it herself, but I would really like to. Like, if she does it herself, that's fine. But
And I know a number of creators are like self-teaching themselves.
yeah,
And yeah, I mean, if it's good enough to where you're pleased with the finished product, then I mean, I'm all like, more power to you.
yeah,
If you have any doubts and it's not up to your own standards, then I mean, I'd say if you can afford to, hire some talent.
yeah. You know, I've you can afford to. If you can't, okay, fine, don't. But maybe, you know, if you can't do it, I fully intend on hiring a letterer. I fully intend on, for myself. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'll hire a letterer. This way, you got someone else to blame when you look and say this isn't right.
There you go.
Fix it. Yeah.
There's a what was I gonna say? Crap! It just escaped me. Oh, by the way, everybody, check out and back Lure. It's in demand. How much longer is it going to be in demand?
Till August.
August. You mean the beginning of August?
Yes, August 1st is done.
August 1st. So it's being taken down.
Mm-hmm.
Officially closed August 1st. So, yeah.
But I do have a special running right now. If you scroll down to the featured tier, for this week only, since I was on a lot of live streams, I have the Livestream Special, where you can get a physical copy of Lore and Fetishes A to Z for $30.
All right. Sweet.
So I know some people were complaining about the unsolicited book, so I made a special tier for this week only where you can get just the other two.
Oh, some didn't want the... Which one were they?
The dick pic book.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The D book. So you split it off so that people can get the other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if I reach 2,500, I gotta update my campaign, but I will have another print that everybody will be getting from an artist named Michael Watson.
Michael Watson. Okay.
He did a image of Chastity.
Oh yeah.
I'm sending that to the colors, and I will be updating it into the campaign.
Ooh, sweet. So it'll probably appear in the updates tab of the campaign.
No, it's just gonna be on the front page so everyone can see it.
Nice.
I'm almost at 2,500, so it's a real good possibility that everybody will be getting that print.
Heck yeah. The prints, how big are they? What are the dimensions?
They are going to be like, I'm bad with dimensions, but basically cut a piece of paper in half. So
they're gonna be half of 8x10, or
8 by.
I think one of them is comic book size, though.
Yeah.
I think one of them is typical comic size, and that could be comic book size as well. I always tell her, aim high, aim big. Maybe not 11 by 17.
If you get the original art that's left, those will be on 11 by 17.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like Bristol board, I guess?
Yes.
All right. Welcome, Hex Allen Comics. How's it going? Hellos.
Hey, Hex.
Okay. Yep, 8x5.
There we go. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, for some reason I was too lazy to math.
Yeah, my brain wasn't coordinating that.
I got up at 6:30 this morning, so.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, that's early. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, I got up around 6 too. Well, no, closer to 5, 4:30 or 5.
Yeah, that 6 was late for me. That was late because I'm normally like up 4 or 5, you know, and that was kind of sleeping in for me. The problem is,
I had my heating blanket on and he was cuddled up next to me. That's why.
The problem is the sun's coming up earlier.
Oh,
and, So and it lights my bedroom up like really badly. So it's like, oh, the sun. Oh, okay. It must be time to get up.
Yeah.
Either the sun is up or the house is on fire. So
yeah, thank God it's not the house being on fire.
I should probably wake up and see what's going on.
Are you the type of person whose mind is constantly racing, so it's hard to sleep, or is it
yeah, especially probably since April. It's been a lot of like things, work on a lot of stuff. There's a lot of big news I got work. I'm working on a lot of, plans for things for the companies that are, coming to fruition. That, sometimes I'll lay in bed. I'll go to bed like, let's say if I do decide, okay, I'm going to go to bed early tonight. I'm going to bed at 11:30. And I know I'm going to be up by 2. I know I'm going to be up by 3. Randy Zimmerman, co-host of Indiegogo, Livewire, and Breakfast Buzz, the host. He's also the host of Sunday Funnies on Indiegogo. And the EIC of Arrow, he's a good friend of mine. And I will message Randy at 3 in the morning because I know he's up. And I know he's awake. And I'll message him and I'm like, hey. And then he'll message me too because he knows that there's a good chance 3 in the morning. There's a really good chance I'm going to be awake.
Oh, gotcha. What I was curious about is, so Indie Princess in the creation of this book was going through a lot and revisiting memories and things like that. As a confidant, as a spouse, it must have been challenging at times for you to keep your distance, and where you might be generally inclined to want to comfort her and support her, not at a distance, but actively be engaged. Do you find that to be the case?
Yeah, I mean, there was a point where I was like, do you, again, trying to just be there to be supportive of what she was going through, because I knew that it would be an issue for her. I knew she would have these points where after she was writing, and I've seen them, she writes 2 pages, and then there were days where, she'd just have to unplug and, she'd do something else. Even if that meant just going to, play with a kid or, maybe take a nap or go read a book or do schoolwork, or go do photography, something that would just let her step away from it for a while. I also wanted to, it's kind of hard because you can protect her from other things, but you can't protect her from herself.
Right.
And so, I just had to kind of trust that she understood what she was doing and watch her, just be there if she needed me, watch her from afar.
Yeah. So it's like being there for her to like at just the right amount.
Yeah, because it was something I knew she had to do by herself. Like I couldn't step up and like step in there and go, well, I'm if she asked me to read something, I read it. If she asked me my opinion on something, I give it to her. But one thing I kept telling her was that, look, this is the story that you're telling. I don't know if me being an editor on this works. And I remember giving the script to a couple other people. She asked me to have a look at it, and they kind of came up with the same thing. Look, this is hers. This is the story that she's telling. I don't know how to, edit this.
Right.
I don't know, I mean, obviously they could edit it, but it's not. It's a work of fiction, sure, but it's a very personal story. Sorry, there's fireworks going off in the background. But yeah, batter someone's
getting blasted.
Small arsenal, yeah. But yeah, it's a story I knew she had to tell, and I just didn't want to step in the way of that. I wanted to, let her be as creative as she possibly could be, and tell a story that she wanted to tell. Just if I sensed her spiraling or something, I would, offer assistance, offer to, be there for her to talk it out with.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Keeping a distance, but at the same time being close enough to where if you see certain signs, then to get involved.
Yeah.
So who was it that you said designed the lure logo?
That was a mixture of me, my husband, and Randy Zimmerman.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I like it. Let's watch the trailer.
It all started with an invite. Then you wake up in a cage. You would never expect what happens next. Who lives? Who dies? Are you ready to get lured?
It all started with an invite. Da-da-da.
Keep joking with it. That's her slogan right there.
It is.
Yeah, that's her slogan.
Say again?
It all started with an invite. It's a slogan for lore.
Oh, yeah.
There I am. Bottom right corner. Cool.
Yep. You're on screen.
Yeah, twice.
So that's Blair. He's our evil villain, this guy. And there's Chastity. Pretty much the main character. And that's Chastity walking in on her husband. And that's the next morning. She's making him some coffee.
This is Chastity?
Yes. That's what she wears. She wakes up and she's in lingerie and heels.
Definitely not my wife.
I looked like a lion this morning.
Chest. Go ahead.
As and not a female lion.
My hair was like this.
You had a mane?
I did.
She said she liked Goliath, she looked like the 40-year-old male lion who needs to be kicked out the pride. He's just like,
So Chastity and Zach live a life that some people would only dream of: expensive vacations, lavish homes, cars, and more. But they also have a secret. Loyal and faithful Zach accepts and begrudgingly supports Chastity's promiscuity and lifestyle choices, including her recent obsession with earning an invitation to lure. An exclusive invite-only event for those involved in the partner-swapping lifestyle.
Now, you guys got to understand, that description is carefully worded to avoid Indiegogo taking the campaign down.
Ah, gotcha.
Because there are certain words you cannot use on Indiegogo. Even if you're saying I'm writing a fictionalized story about this situation, no. Excuse me. See, I'm allergic to Indiegogo's bullshit too. Wow.
And I also want to make a note that me and my husband are not swingers.
No.
No, all right. You're not? What?
Yeah. Only if a pretty girl is involved.
Mind blown.
Yeah. Pretty girls are cool.
We can bring pretty girls home. That's it.
It's funny because people are like, "Oh, are you guys into this?" Like, no. What kind of sick freak are you? People doing like we're like it's really funny. She has a show called Backer Shots. The name of our company is the publishing company is Last Call Comics. We are not big drinkers.
I am now.
Oh yeah. Now it looks like you are. But she can't even hold her alcohol, so she's like throwing up every show. We're not big drinkers, and I never have been. So I mean, there's a point when I was younger, I was like 22, 23. That every weekend it was time to go get drunk. But
Every weekend I do get drunk now.
yeah, because of that show. But it's like we didn't do that, so it's the term vanilla comes to mind. The term boring to describe us as boring and vanilla because this story is not us. And there are people who are like, well, are you guys into that type of thing? How did you get this story? It's called being creative. It's called, imagination and working on a story.
You mean you didn't read books on the swinger lifestyle and watch documentaries on it?
I did watch a show called Bonding. It is on Netflix. It is totally inaccurate. But in a past life, I've had experience.
All right.
The young me.
Yeah, not with me.
No, with my husband, I've only brought pretty girls home.
Yeah. I'm innocent, man. I put it this way, I'm the vanilla one. I'm apparently the vanilla. Maybe I am more like Zach than I thought. I'm just like, I'm just trying to fit something productive between waking up and going to bed. That's all.
Let's see, but are they truly ready to learn the true and horrifying cost of being there? Lure is an 80-page graphic novel that's full of suspense, drama, and frightening situations that will stay with readers long after the story is over. First 50 backers got a special Lola trading card.
There's still time to get one, guys, and it's only for physical backers only.
Oh, but you need to have been on the sign-up list, right? Oh wait, no,
nope.
Never mind.
Just the first 50 physical backers. They'll get a card.
That's true. Judging by the fact that it's obscured, or is that solid black?
It's all black. You can't see it.
It's secret, top secret. So it'll be a surprise when you get it.
It will.
Cool. Yeah, there are 47 out of 50 backers. So you've got 3 more openings, 3 more chances.
I have a little more than that because some people just did the showing support, or they got the PDF version. So I have a little bit more than that. So there's still time.
All right. Yeah, get in on that, man. I think I might have asked you before, but how did you determine what your funding goal would be? Did you basically factor in how much it would cost to cover
printing and shipping?
Printing and shipping?
Mm-hmm. Those are my main things. Everything else, I'm pretty much paying for out of pocket.
Oh, okay. All right.
Unless I raise more money in here, then those funds will also go towards everything else. But my printing and shipping, the book was getting done no matter what. I just decided to do Indiegogo for it to see what would happen.
Okay, right on. Is the experience with Indiegogo kind of along the lines of what you were expecting, or do you learn some new things that you hadn't anticipated, or?
Before I did my campaign, I got a lot of different opinions from people, and they're kind of like, you're going to be so exhausted, and it's going to be hell, and you're going to be nervous, and all this other stuff. I was nervous, like the first 2 days, but after that, it was like, okay, this isn't nothing.
Yeah.
It was pretty easy for me, and I mean, I'm so happy for what I got and all the support that I've gotten from this book.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, and it's pretty decent so far for a first book.
My first book and my first campaign. So it's a first for everything for me. Writing, creating, and campaign.
That's a trip. Yeah, because there are a lot of campaigns that don't even make it this far. So they never get funded, for example. Yeah. And there are other campaigns that even if they get funded, they don't reach 22-30.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm still getting backers. And I still got more perks for until August. I'll be adding stuff when we reach different goals.
Nice. Let's see. So after the trading card, we've got fetish sticker pack unlocked.
Yep, every physical backer will get that.
It says a sticker pack. How many stickers are in it?
About 8.
Oh, all right.
It's probably going to be on a sticker sheet, so you can just peel off the stickers and whatever.
Okay, all right. Get this awesome print when you back lure.
That print is done by an artist named Daphne Lage. She's known for a lot of things. Tall Tales, Eagle Raven, and she did a furry porn book called House of Bob. She's awesome, and she's my co-host on Geekgasm. So if you've ever seen Geekgasm, you know who Daphne Lage is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. I know who you're talking about now. Cool. All perks are for physical backers only. I like the glittery effect on the dress.
Yeah, my artist did an awesome job with that. My artist is also my colorist
Oh, all right.
for this book, so he did it all.
All right. This is a cool style, especially when it comes to the coloring.
Yeah.
How it's like bands of different shades. That's like how a lot of I think that's the technique that a lot of the old original Disney movies used to use, like 101 Dalmatians and stuff like that.
Yeah, he did an awesome job with the cover. He did an awesome job altogether. The pages look amazing too. I'm very impressed and happy about what the product I got.
Now, there's an exclusive in this campaign, which is the Lola wraparound cover.
And there's still time to get those. They will be numbered.
And do I understand right that this was Varian's idea?
It was. Well, it was his. He picked the picture.
Oh, okay.
And we talked about it. And I was like, yeah, let's do one. And he found the picture that would fit best. And that's the one we chose.
Good deal. Everybody, if you haven't had a chance to, be sure and back Lure. Suspense thriller, edgy, and even a bit naughty.
Oh, it gets naughty. That's not even a bit. I was looking at the pages today, like, wow, that's a lot of detail in that one.
A lot of detail.
Yes.
If you haven't had a chance to back it yet, please consider doing so. Also, definitely share the stream, share the campaign with all over your social media. If you've already backed it, thank you so much for your support. Consider backing it again. You'll probably have plenty of family and friends who'd be interested in this as well. So, back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady. So we've got meet the characters.
Yeah, it's just a little write-up about each character. Chastity, she's high maintenance, addicted to adult parties. Zach is Chastity's husband. He's an accountant for high-end clientele. Gabriel, he's a mysterious man. No one knows too much about him. He just shows up at the parties, but you will learn more about him in the book. I can't really talk about him because he plays an important role. And then there's Blair. He's the host of many invite-only events, including Lore.
Uh-huh. So there's more than just lure.
There is. There's another club called Club Fusion that they get invited to first.
I like this character.
That's Chastity.
Is it?
It is. She's that way for a reason. You'll learn why.
Okay. All right.
So pretty much in that panel, she walks in on her husband because she's mad. She had all the fun that she wanted to have, and her husband's not done. She charges in on him and tells him, "Let's go. I'm ready to leave."
Her partner finished early, maybe.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because they're both swingers. So it's not like she'd necessarily be mad. Well, I
But
see.
the thing is, he doesn't really like to partake, but if he doesn't, Chastity gets mad. So he does it because of her, but then she gets mad when she's done and he's not. But he can't win either way.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, this is an interesting, cool coloring style. Oh, this is trippy stuff. The key and ring. You got a bottle opener key.
Yeah, that key plays an important role in the story, and it is also the key that's in my logo.
Oh yeah, true.
And then you got Blair's ring, which he wears throughout the book, and you'll learn more about the ring and what it represents.
Now, do I remember correctly that the bottle opener key is going to be made of metal or stainless steel, something like that?
It is. It's. Hey, I have it right here. Right there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be sturdy enough so it doesn't bend.
There's the ring right there.
So it's
Pretty big ring.
Say again?
It's a pretty big ring.
Oh yeah, it looks like it. Does that mean it's larger than a size 7?
No, I had to order size 7. That's the only size I could get them in.
Oh, okay.
But the way they are, I'm pretty sure you take it to a jeweler, they can resize it for you.
Oh yeah.
So you can make it the size that you want it to be.
What?
But 7s are like standard for men. I guess that's what I was told.
I think it may also be the standard for women too, because it seems like virtually everything is a size 7. And what is that also made out of stainless steel or?
Yeah, it's like a steel. Like
Okay.
it's not metal. I forgot what they called it. Like sterling silver, I think maybe that's what they said.
Okay.
But I know it can be altered.
Cool. So did it take a lot of work to get that made? I mean, do you like present to them your idea and then is us commissioning them to make it, or?
They had images already that you could get done. So just a little bit of tweaking, and that's what we came up with.
Oh, nice. That's pretty creative.
Yeah, I wanted to give people something until they felt like they were a part of the book also. So you can get the key, you can get the ring. Those are parts of the book, and I thought
Yeah.
it would be cool.
Definitely different. There are going to be other campaigns that have bottle openers, but nothing quite like this.
And we did unlock a holographic sticker, so everybody will be getting that.
Oh, cool. All right. So the enamel pin is unlocked. The holographic sticker is unlocked.
We're working on the enamel pin to be unlocked. At 3,000,
Oh.
the pin will be unlocked.
Oh, okay. I'm reading it wrong. Okay. So the unlock goes with the holographic sticker.
Yep.
Laterally. Okay. All right. And then the enamel pin is still locked.
Yes.
How big is that pin anyway?
It is going to be 2 by 3.5, I think was the size.
2 by. Okay. All right. That's not bad. Not bad.
It's a pretty decent size.
Yeah.
It was a custom size. When I put it in there, it was a custom size because the way the logo is.
Nice. That works out really well. So next stretch goal is the enamel pin. No. Yeah.
The enamel pin's next.
And then after that is the foil wrapper.
I had to word it like that because of Indiegogo, but it is a custom condom. The
Oh,
wrapper.
right. Yeah. That's right. You told me about that. So it has a lure logo on it, probably.
It's gonna look like the invite to lure. Yes.
Oh, all right. That's cute. And then the lure patch. Is that the kind of patch that has the glue on the back, so you could either use iron on or you can sew it on?
It's gonna be an embroidered patch, so I can get it that way, or I can just get it to where they sew it on. There's different options where I can get. I haven't really figured out which one I want to do yet because I'm not that close.
Is there any is there actually a price difference between whether or not you have the glue on the back?
There is.
Really?
Yeah.
In a way, it almost seems like it would be so minimal it wouldn't be worth charging extra for it, but I don't know.
They charge extra. They charge extra for everything.
Oh man. Let's see, lure patch. And lure trading cards at 6,000. How many trading cards do you have? Or are they like concept?
There will be 5 if we reach 6,000.
And did you are they like already designed and made, or maybe you have them designed but you're waiting for the
They're halfway there, yeah.
Waiting to hit the stretch.
Yep.
And then you got 2 t-shirt designs, Lure and Shocker Comics.
Yep, you can get those as add-ons.
Now is excuse me, did you come up with the name Shocker Comics?
I did.
The content you'll be reading is shocking? Or
no. If you look at the girl, she's throwing up the shocker symbol. So yeah, shocker means something different. I don't know if you ever heard of.
You mean like using electrodes to
No.
shock your nipples?
I'm trying to figure out a way to put it nicely.
It's short for it's a sexual thing. It's 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? That's another term for it?
Yeah. You put 2 in the.
Yeah. I see your hands now. Okay. All right. I see. But from that you you came up with the word shocker, or vice versa?
No, shocker is the name of the thing that you do with
Oh,
your hands.
oh, okay, all right.
So
All
I
right.
took that and added comics to it.
I'm like, Durr. Welcome, Ananui. I'm late as usual. It's fashionably late. Add-ons. Then you got fetishes A to Z.
Yep. That is a fetish book. Each letter has a different fetish and a write-up for that fetish. And I had different artists do each letter.
And so Varian did this artwork here.
He did.
The title of the cover.
So again, I'm sorry, that last part cut out for me.
Your cover.
Oh yeah, the A to Z cover. That was just done because it was I was told to do it the last minute, and
No, it wasn't.
no, I didn't know I was doing those covers.
Yes, you did.
No,
You just weren't paying attention to me then.
yeah, I didn't know I was doing those covers. I knew I was gonna do a fetish in the book, but I had no idea that was under the covers. And then I was presented to do them. So that was one that I think I did. Did I do both covers on the same day?
You started it and then you finished the next. Like you started at night and then they were done by the morning.
Yeah. So that was one. I had a lot of fun with that one, but I really wish I could have went back and did a couple different things too. But my colorist, Eugen, really saved that. He really brought more out of that piece than I was able to put there. But again, I was trying to get it done, and kind of wish I'd had a opportunity to do a little bit more there. But
I like it.
yeah, the client's happy and great.
Yeah, for sure. Curious about fetishes? This book's for you then. Welcome to Fetishes A through Z. Each letter of the alphabet has a fetish and you can find them here. Note, not all fetishes are listed, only one per letter. Book is 8.5 by 8.5, has both color, square shaped.
Mhm.
And has both color and some black and white pages. Each page is done by a different artist. So you had 26 artists working for you there.
Some artists did more than one page just because they wanted to.
Okay.
But I do have a lot of artists in there, yes.
Wow. So is part of the budget for the funding budget that you have at the top of the screen also to help cover the services of these various artists, since you have so many involved in the project?
No, I paid that out of pocket.
Oh, wow. Now, was it kind of like one of those things where you hire them to do a commission?
Yeah, I told them what I was doing, and they went from there. They're like, yeah, well, let's do it.
Good deal. Let's see.
These are some pages from it. That is L for lace, and Jason Doobie did that piece for me. He actually drew me.
That's really cute.
Yeah, it's awesome piece. And then Daphne Lage did this piece. This is Z for Zentai.
Oh my gosh. Oh, is that what Zentai is? Oh my gosh.
Zentai is it's a Japanese word. It basically describes us like a cat suit. It's a skin tight suit, but it has a face covering. So your whole body is you're covered from head to toe.
Holy moly. Wow. And then we got the unsolicited book. Ever wonder what to do with the unsolicited pics you get? I turned mine into a book. This is also 8.5 by 8.5. Yeah, so this and the other book will fit well on the shelf because they'll be the same dimensions. 28-page book full of unsolicited pics I get. Oh my gosh.
Yep, so I have folders and folders full of unsolicited pictures I have. So I just picked the first 28 pictures and went from there. It also comes with a saying of what was said when they sent the picture.
Oh my god. Oh jeez.
All identifying marks and stuff are off them. So I had to do a couple edits just to get the unidentifying marks, or if there was pictures in the background or anything like that.
Oh, you scrubbed all the identifying marks?
I did.
Oh wow. Well, that's
But
all.
their names and stuff are gone. Like, you know, she didn't, you know, dox anybody. It was
Right. Well, that's awful kind of you, though.
I did not alter the penis in any way, though.
I think I'll honestly say I'm not looking forward to the pictures, but I'm
Pretty
kind
funny.
of intrigued as to what kinds of crazy stuff they say. Oh man, meet the team: Lola and Dave. Dave the Supreme. Sweet. Let's play that trailer again, shall we? Boink. Replay. Oops. Hello.
It all started with an invite. Then you wake up in a cage. You would never expect what happens next. Who lives? Who dies? Are you ready to get lured?
You might have mentioned, but who did the trailer?
I did it.
Oh, and whose voice was that?
Randy Zimmerman.
All right. Good deal.
Yeah, that's my first video I ever did too.
Wow. Sweet. Let's see here. So checking out the perks. So this is the newest one. The very latest one is called the... Oh, hold on.
The Livestream Special. Yes, that will only be up until Sunday. I'm taking that down Sunday.
Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we got about 3 days, just over 3 days before it gets taken down. Oops. Uh-oh. What the heck? What's going on? All right. So let's check this out. Livestream Special. And then you've got showing support, $5. And that's a good idea. Sometimes people don't necessarily want the product, but they want to support you in your endeavors and in helping you fulfill your dreams. So that's pretty sweet. Get Lured. So the PDF version.
Yes.
Then we've got a 3-way PDF. So you get all 3 books in PDF format, digital. Then we've got Get Lured. This is the physical book only, right?
It is, yes.
All right. After that, we've got the exclusive Lola wraparound cover, sorry. 4 out of 25 claims, only 21 to go. And then you'll be out. Let's get frisky. So is this the 3 physical books?
Yeah.
All right. So slowly building up. Then you got Kiss the Ring.
You get a physical copy of Lore, the invites that are in the book, and you get Blair's Ring.
Wait, there are 2 invites?
There are.
One is for Lure,
And one is
for the other club?
Yeah, Club Fusion. They get invited to Club Fusion first, and then they get invited to lore.
Uh, uh, the key to it all.
That's pretty much like the top, for the one on top. Only you get the key instead of the ring.
Nice.
Or if you want both of them, get player's choice.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Everything mentioned previously, but you get both the key, the bottle opener key, and the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got going all in. 4 out of 45 claimed.
You can get everything. All 3 books, the invites, and the key in the ring.
So that's like the whole kit and caboodle.
It is, yes.
There's a so sensual one. So that's the same price as the going all in.
Only the covers are different. You get the exclusive cover instead of the original cover.
Oh, right. Okay. There you go.
Or if you want both covers.
Give it all to me. Oh, man. I wonder. I thought I might have backed this one, but it says 0 out of 10 claimed. Oh.
I'm not sure which one you backed.
Yeah, me either.
I'll have to look. I can look.
Get drawn in. 1 out of 5 claimed. I meant to ask if you had a drawing tier. Are you able to reveal what type of character the drawn characters are? I mean, are they kind of in the background? Are they swingers? Are they like? Do they get offed?
You get drawn into either of the party scenes.
Ah, all right. Do you get any dialogue?
No.
1 out of 5 claimed on that one. And then we've got Nylons by Varian.
Yeah, I got to do a piece. That was the letter I got, so I figured, okay, I'll do nylons and finish that up pretty quick too. I was happy with that. Happy with the way that came out.
Wait, so how exactly does this work? What is the Nylons by Varian?
That'll appear in the fetish book, but the original art is also for sale.
Oh, okay. Did you do this on like 11 by 17 Bristol board?
I did.
All right. Gotcha. And then we've got the ABC original art cover. Cool. All right. And, oh, wow. Unsolicited. What I like when campaigners leave the sold out tiers on their campaigns, because it kind of serves as a reminder on what I missed out on.
That one went really quick.
Man, that's trippy. And it also, serves as a warning to others not to miss out on these great tiers in the future campaigns.
Yeah, that was the one with the original art for unsolicited. Went pretty quick.
It did.
This isn't a book I'd want to. Are you sure, Metanui?
I don't think anything bad happened to anybody who got in on it.
Yeah, it's not like you get murdered.
Yeah, I don't think anybody got drawn and got.
No, the people I can say the people that have gotten drawn in so far, they're not naked, and they're not doing anything bad.
Well, that has to end now. That has to come down because the book is finished. So the ability to be drawn in is kind of done.
Cool. Let me see. Yeah. Do you remember by chance if it was one of those tiers that sold out like on the first day of funding?
The first week.
That's still pretty dang good. Wow. That's sweet. Very cool. All right. There was something else I meant to ask. So some person says, I figured it'd be an honor to be murdered in a comic.
Oh, these people don't get murdered; they get tortured.
Tortured, oh dear. In a way that can be viewed as worse. I'd rather get drawn into a headshot scene where I'm the one getting shot.
Why does everybody want to be murdered?
I don't know. It's a guilty pleasure, maybe. I don't know if you've heard of the book Tilt and Tilt 2.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, Doc Hogg was offering tiers where, like in the first book, you would get killed and you'd get to choose your type of death.
Mm-hmm.
In the upcoming book, and then Tilt 2 was much the same. So you choose what your death will be in the subsequent book. So those tiers were selling, so that was pretty popular.
Okay.
I call it tit. Tilt, I say. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. YouTube seems shaky at the moment. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
YouTube's always shaky.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it seems like the more they claim to be making improvements, the more they cause issues.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So I was curious, can you tell me some more about this thing called Liberty?
Sure. It's a distribution company that I started. It's for indie comics. Where
you should share the website.
Oh, I guess I can go over there and pick it up.
It's
for indie comics. Only indie comics. We have over getting close to 80 stores now that are signed up to get books. Now, 80 stores doesn't sound like a lot, but these are 80 stores who want to buy independent comics. They're not just going to get the catalog and access to the digital catalog, just to have it. They are actually interested in buying comics. So what we do is we work a little bit differently. We don't have the same. I started working on Liberty 6 years ago. And so it's not something I just put together. It was something that I set out to do seriously. So I took apart basically the whole formula of distributing indie comics. And, I talked to a lot of people who run comic stores. And I talked to a lot of creators, myself being one, but I talked to a lot of other ones and like, hey, what do we need to do to make this work? What can we do? And I knew it when someone told me, well, we got to take Diamond's formula and break it apart and figure it out. I mean, no, that's not what we're going to do. The Diamond formula. 6 years ago, I was screaming, actually, the Diamond formula wasn't working. And in my particular circle, I wasn't being listened to. And if you could go back, I was screaming, Diamonds, it's not going to work long term. I know Lola got tired of hearing it up and down the road, convention to convention. I kept talking about it like it's going to fail. The rug is going to get pulled out from underneath all of us. And I launched Liberty about 2 months before that actually happened. The rug got pulled out from her. Now, I kept it in beta for 5 years because I was just shipping my books through Liberty. And we, so the first thing about Liberty that you should know if you are a publisher or creator is that you set your own prices in our store. we don't tell you what your price of your book is going to be. You set your own prices, meaning how much you wish to make that book available per unit to for the retailers. Most retailers expect 50%. You don't have to do 50%. You could do 80. You could do 80%. You could do 40%. You could do 20%. Whatever you choose to do is your choice. Also, Liberty doesn't take any fees from creators and publishers. They don't take any fees from them. So that's the other thing. Now, people always that's when they start scratching their head because they're, well, how does Liberty make any money? We don't take any money from the creators. They don't take any money. We don't tell you that that's not how it works, because that's one of the reasons why the diamond method doesn't work for everybody. So we don't make our money there, you know, and we're not going to make our money off of the creators. We want to give them their money back. So we want to make sure that they get enough money so they can keep creating. They don't have to take a job at the local factory and work themselves to the bone and not have time to create anymore. I want them at a desk full time where they're happier and where I feel their talents are being utilized much better. So we try to get, you know, that's why we did that. That's the reason why that's done. That's the reason why it's one of the principles. For the stores, what we did was we don't ship books until we have them in our stock. So they're not even solicited until we have them in our stock. I talked to store owners and they were like, look, I don't mind ordering books, but, you know, I'm ordering books that are 3 or 4 months off. And, you know, I would like to know if I got the books now. That's why Amazon works. The books are there. You order from Amazon, you can get it in 2 days.
Yeah, that's all. Is that all printed on demand?
No. These books need to be in our warehouse. That way, you know, we know what we're working with. We know what we have. The vendors know what we have, and the retailer knows what we have. So someone reaches out, a store owner reaches out and says, "Hey, I need 5 popsicle stick man." Well, okay, we know we have that in our stock. That goes in a box with the other orders they've made. It gets boxed up. It's sent out to them in 2-day delivery. So nothing in our warehouse is solicited until it's in our warehouse. That we're not going to take it, because I've had people reach out to me. Okay, well, I'll put my stuff up and I'll send you the books as they ordered. No, it doesn't work with Liberty that way. We're not going to do that, because I've seen companies do that and get screwed over. Again, like I said, I had to fail first to do this. Years ago, I tried a distribution model set up to where, okay, when I get the order for the books, I'm going to reach out to you and place the order. And some store gives me the shot, gives me an opportunity, sends me the check. I cash it. I send the person the money for the books, and then they ghost me. They cash my check, but I never get the books. Yeah. So, you know, that's why we're like, okay, that's not going to work, because, and then, you know, my favorite is oh man, well, my printer went up, or excuse me. See, people's bullshit. You know, my printer went up in price and I can't afford it. Well, you cash my check. You need to either get me my money back so I can get it to this retailer, or you know, get the books to me. Then they evaporate on you. They're gone. So we don't ship any books until they're in our until they're in our warehouse. That's one of the ways to protect the retailers, because just as much as I want to help out the creators, the retailers need protection too. They don't need to get screwed over. These are mom and pop stores. These are family stores. They don't have infinite resources to just keep shelling out money for books, you know. So we don't own a printing company. Now, if you wanted to print a book, we do have a special arrangement with Comics Wellspring, where you can print your books there and we'll pick them for free. So that saves you shipping if you're comfortable with that. But we've got people who ship these books from their printer. I've gotten books from other printers around the country in our warehouse. What you're looking at there is the Liberty Comic Book Return Pledge. Well, that is another way we protect creators. We protect retailers. That's our return pledge. Now, this doesn't affect the creators at all. What happens there is some of the books from Liberty are protected under what we call the Liberty Pledge. That means that if you're a retailer and you order a book from Liberty or a series of books, if those books don't move in a designated amount of time, Liberty will buy those books back from you or trade you for books that you want to try instead. If those books don't move, we don't believe there's any bad books, but that book might not move in your store because of your clientele. Maybe your clientele doesn't like that type of book.
Right.
Maybe that book is not a hit in your area. That's fine. I'm not gonna make you keep it on your shelf if you can't sell it. So you're gonna put it in a box. Or you're gonna buy back. We're gonna pay for shipping too. So we're gonna get the books back, and we're gonna send you out some new ones, and we're gonna get your money back in your pocket, so you can get some books or pay a bill. That's what we want to do. We don't want retailers being stuck with books they can't move. With the guys who do the distribution, or the distributions are the creation of the comics, what we like to do is, so if someone makes a sale, if people buy books from here, they buy a book from company A, company B, well, company A and company B, they get their money right there in their online portals. Taking a cue from some of these other sites, what we've done is we allow them to select when they want their money. So you'll be notified, hey, someone's purchased X amount of whatever it is, and you have 20, 30 books in your account. You can decide to let it sit there, or you can request it. If you request it through PayPal, we will send it over to you minus PayPal's fees. If you request a check, we'll send you a cashier's check, and that cashier's check is going to take 24 to 48 hours to issue, and that cashier's check will cost you whatever the cashier's check fees are from the bank. But and it's going to be snail mailed to you as well. So that could take a couple days with the cashier's check. But it will be tracking on the check, but it's going to take a couple days to get to you. It depends on your mail carrier and how the mail works in your area. Right now, we are working with only stores in the U.S. A couple in Canada are coming on right now, but we have comic book vendors, and again, as publishers, creators from all over the globe.
So you've already been in business for several years, right?
Well, I started this 6 years ago, in order to make sure that it was, something that I could do, that was viable, that it worked. And, it wasn't something that I had to take time to build up. So I originally was shipping just my books through it. And it was just, I just wanted to make sure that everyone could get the plan was going to work, that the idea would work. And I believe if you're going to test a project or something like this, you use yourself as the first guinea pig. So I use my company first to ship my book. So retailers who order my book, got them in the Liberty packaging, and we do something. Another thing we do for our books is our books come bagged and boarded.
Oh, wow.
We call it from ship to shelf, where when you get a box from Liberty, the books are bagged, boarded, and bubble wrapped. So you can open the bag, put the books up right out of the box, put them on your shelf.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Saves a lot of hassle and time.
Oh yeah, a lot of time, a lot of hassle, and again, this is from working over those 5 years, just talking to retailers, talking to other creators about what we could do to make things better, and trial and error. One of our mottos that we have at Liberty is adapt, listen, repeat. And so, because you have to be able to pivot, you have to be able to turn and change, because this market is fluid and the demands change almost every week. What someone needs changes.
Really?
Yeah. So and we're constantly upping the ante on what someone needs. Someone sent a question in to me this morning. Is it this morning? It was this morning on Indiegogo. A guy sent in a question. And he said that he really felt that, because I had said that, and this whole idea that Marvel will never let there be superstar artists again. And he said that he didn't truly believe that. He thought that the next superstar artists or creators would come from the indies, because he said if you look at it, the indie books are what people are buying now, and they're plopping down money months. Sometimes a year. They might not know it's going to be a year, but a year in advance waiting for a project. Yeah. And the only thing that you can kind of correlate that to is a movie. What other medium do we get trailers or advertisement for a year before it's released. Mainly movies, mainly events. So these indie comics are becoming events, and they're packaged and produced in such a way that they make the mainstream stuff look like cheap episodic junk TV. Daphne Lage said this morning, then you go to the comic store, you're like, I gotta pay $6 for this, and I don't even get a postcard. So yeah, it's weird. But the indie comics. So, but what I'm saying when I said that they upped the ante is that, well, now the indie comics are starting to become a little bit thicker. So when they went thicker, I was like, okay, well, indie comics are becoming thicker, so our boxes need to get a little bit bigger. So we increase the size of our boxes that we ship in. And it's been working out really well for us.
Huh. And you've got you're already working with 80 comic book shops?
80 comic shops. We're approaching 80. We're probably in the high 70s right now. And yeah, I mean, it would really jump and say, oh, we got 200 shops. No, every store I tried to talk to, I spoke to all of them because I wanted to make sure they were going to order books. I wanted to make sure they were going to order from us and that they were going to be interested in the product with me. Because I didn't want anybody to sit there not ordering. Oh, these guys again, this goes in the trash. I wanted active buyers of the books or people stores who were actually interested in carrying indie comics. Because some stores aren't. They're like, nah, no thanks. I'll stick with the mainstream stuff. That works, and that's fine. That's fine. We'll dial back in 6 months, see how you are. I've had a store call me back after 2 months. Hey, you know what? You reached out to me. Maybe we'll be interested in carrying a book or two. Well, what do you got? Can you send me a catalog, or can you give me access to your catalog online so I can order something? And we've done that. We don't carry monthly minimums on those guys either. There are some distribution companies that actually charge the tell the stores they have to have a monthly minimum order.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty sweet setup you have set up.
Yeah, if you scroll down, you'll see just a few of the publishers we're working with. I mean, actually, you can't scroll down. I can scroll down. Yeah, I'm sharing the page.
I was going to say, what?
Yeah. So there's some of the publishers, Arrow Comics, Nine Realms, Wolfpack Comic Book Company, Dream River Press, Daphne Lage Artworks, Exigency Studios, Sinister Undertone, Starcross Comics. There's so many more we're working with. I haven't got a chance to update that battery yet. Unstoppable Comics is there. A couple other retailers coming very soon.
Oh, wow. Holy moly. What a trip.
Yeah, we're really excited about what we're doing, too. Really excited about it.
So I might have missed it, but how does Liberty survive? How does it make money? Is it through a subscription that the comic shops?
No. I'll put it this way. I've been pretty lucky in finance, and how my personal finances are set up, where I can afford to, do this for a while without having to worry about, going broke. I don't want to lose any money.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Don't really care if I'm making tons of it right now either. This industry has given me so much.
Oh.
And comic books has been very, very good to me. Probably much better to me than it deserved to be.
Wow.
Much better than I deserve. So I want to get something back, and I want to make sure that we can get these books in stores. These comics that we're making now, these indie comics, deserve to be in stores. Not, crowdfunding is only one element of it. I mean, yeah, we get crowdfunding, that's fine, but there's still a large market of people who don't go to crowdfunding. They don't trust it for whatever reason.
Right. Or they might not even be familiar with it even existing.
Right. I had a guy tell me, oh, I don't like crowdfunding because I don't want all the extra stuff, and I don't feel like waiting. I just want to go to the store and pick my book up and go. And it's like, okay, well, that works for you. Now, he was also he was in his mid 40s, so I'm 39, and I'm like, well, he's only a couple years older than me, but he's already got an idea of what he likes to do.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
set in his ways. He wants to go to the comic store, pick up his book for $4.99, $5.99, and leave.
Yep.
So okay, let's do that, guys. Let's make let's see. And I've talked to people and asked them, are you willing to do a trade, not trade, a floppy issue of your book? I know it's a trade, but are you willing to do that? And people have told me, yeah. And we got someone who did that. They released a floppy issue. They taken their trade, they spliced it down into single issues. They're splicing it down into single issues, I should say. And they just sent their books to the printers last week. And I'll be getting them to our warehouse shortly. And I think they're going to move. And he's charging, I think $5 for them.
Are the creators who are working with Liberty or getting distributed by Liberty converting like their trade paperbacks into floppies? Is that like one of the prerequisites that you're distributing floppies exclusively?
No, they can do trades too. But I was, for that particular creator, the idea was, it was like, hey, if you maybe you want to try to compete in that arena, and
Right.
they were like, yeah, sure, if people want floppies, I'm definitely gonna do floppies. And because basically, like, it's like you can buy his, I think it's 8 issue. I think his trade is like 120 pages. He was selling for, and it's a story. He was selling for like $25.
Oh,
whereas now you want to buy a 24, 28 page floppy for $5. Okay, well, by the time you buy all these floppies, you should have bought the trade. But some people just like their floppies, and that's fine.
Sure.
We want to be there for that market. And if he's also going to be distributing the trade through us, but some people just prefer floppies. Now, I'll tell you, I'm guilty of something that I don't know why I do it, but if I'm reading a series, there's been times where I'll read a series and I'll get about, especially if it's like a Marvel or DC series, I'll read it. I'll get like 4 or 5 issues in, and then I'll say, okay, all right, I'm good. I'll wait for the trade, and I'll toss and I'll bag and board the books, put them in my collection, and wait for the trade because for whatever reason I know there's a trade coming.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be a trade coming of this, and then but then there are times where I will follow the series completely through to, especially a mini series, through to its end, and then get the trade. So that way I can leaf through the trade whenever I want, and my floppies are safe and secure in the long box. But we distribute floppies, trade paperbacks, whatever you have. It's a comic. We're not beholden to one format either. People have contacted me. They've contacted me with GyzGyz sides books, really weird sides comics. Yeah, we'll try those. Let's, because the market is asking for it.
Uh-huh. Out of curiosity, since you work with a good number of retailers, are you finding that a lot of them are really excited to try out several of your titles all at once and try their hand at it, or are they kind of shy and they're picking out a book or two?
It depends. It's retailer to retailer.
Okay.
Some are like, okay, I'm coming here for this one title because maybe this one person came in the shop and told me about it. And I want to get it. And then there are some people that come in, they try a little everything. We have, they'll try, maybe three or 4 different publishers. There's that. And I'll tell you something else that I've noticed. You're familiar with a lot of the different political stuff that's going on right now in our industry. I find that the store owners don't care. they don't care. The book sales, it's on the shelf. They don't care. So when people say, well, we're not going to carry that book because this creator made it, the retailers don't give a damn. They are ordering it for their clients. They are ordering it for their, the customers come in the store and say, hey, can you get me this book? Yeah, sure, we can get it. We can get it for you. I don't know if they're handing to them like a drug deal later when they come in for their pull list or how that's working, but they don't give a damn. So if I got bad news for some people who might think, oh, my store owner won't order any books from people who think this way, capitalism rules.
Yeah.
And these store owners are buying books from whatever makes money because they are in the business to make money.
Yeah, otherwise they won't be able to survive.
That's right. That's right. They start putting a lot of that ideology to the side when it comes to, we can probably make some money on this. Let's order these books.
Yep.
I've seen it time and time again, and I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see it because it's ridiculous. These are companies ran by families. These are family-owned operations that have been in some cases, in families for maybe 1 or 2 generations now. And
Yeah.
one of my local comic stores, I've watched the people who own it. I mean, I go to a lot of comic shops. Funny when I say my local comic shop, I'm talking about 5 different stores. One guy, rest his soul, he became almost like a grandfather to me. I was out shopping for comics when his daughter-in-law called me on the phone. And that's how close we were. And she said, "Hey, Varian, how are you?" And I'm good. She says, "Are you at home?" And I thought she wanted me to stop by the store. And for some reason, I told her, yeah, even though I wasn't, because I didn't want her to think I wouldn't stop doing what I was doing to, come help them out. And she said, "Okay, is anybody home with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And she said, "I want to tell you that Rich passed away." And I'm in this store and I'm like, I stop and I'm like, say again? And so she tells me, and I'm like, she gives me the lowdown in terms of what happened. And it's like, it hurt. It hurt because this is someone who I'd had the opportunity to know for about 12, 13 years.
Damn.
This older guy. And we'd have conversations. I'd go in the store, he'd be passed out in the back sleep, and I'd wake him up and say, "Hey, with my stack of comics, like somebody's gonna rip you off." Other stores, I've watched children get bigger and go to college. I've watched, so these stores, I know they are mom and pop operations, and they don't have time for that. This foolishness. This ideology when it comes to don't buy comics from independent guys because they believe this and that. This is foolishness. They're trying to make money. They're trying to feed their families. Send their kids to hockey practice, send their kids to college. Let them sell comic books. Christ.
Yeah, for sure. Dang straight. Yeah, so let me see here. Oops, where'd he go? It's over here. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so this is a Liberty page, and it's got there's our mascot Bill, stuff about the pledge or the free pickup. There's
What do you mean by free pickup?
So we pick up books. We can pick up the books from
The retailers, really?
No, we pick up the books from the printer. If you print through Comics Wellspring, we'll pick them up for you because they're in the same state with us. So it's like, yeah, I can go pick those up for you for free. Here's Chloe introducing everyone to the Liberty vendors area. I don't know if you guys can see this or hear it.
Hey there, I'm Chloe from the brand management team at Liberty Distribution. You've made it to the Liberty vendors area. If you produce a comic book, film, statue, whatever it is, for clarity's sake, Liberty classifies you as a vendor. To the left of the page, you'll find a list of useful links with information on being a vendor with us. They cover everything from what to expect from the time you submit your product to us in brand management until it's up for sale in the declaration. Another link covers how to request payment from your vendor dashboard. Pretty much everything you can imagine is there. But if you still have questions or concerns, please feel free to send us an email at help@ledg.us. See ya.
Yeah, so that's she's all through the site. She's all through the site. There's stuff for Chloe that helps you, if you need help for anything. So the number to call if you have any questions, 800-525-2091. And we're closed right now, but tomorrow, if you have any questions, reach out. Also, feel free to use that email she gave, help@ledg.us.
Right.
Now we are running currently at this point 72 hours on our applications because they take a while to process. We were not expecting the type of outpouring of people wanting to get in and get involved. So
nice.
it really took our server took a big hit because people just started flooding and wanting to sign up, and we were really happy about that. But it was like,
yeah.
So we ended up some applications got like pushed way down, and I tell people, listen, if you send the application and you haven't heard from us in 72 hours, reach out, shoot me a message on Facebook, on Twitter, and let me know, and I'll go in there and take a look and see your application is at. I may have to look around for it. At the worst, I can file a new one, but they're very quick. They're very quick applications. They're not long. And at the worst, you can fill out a new one, or I'll set up a new one for you right there. I'll call you on the phone. We'll have a conversation and get you set up.
Nice. That's pretty sweet, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably ultimately what indie creators are going to have to do to get more eyeballs on their books.
Yeah.
They do the campaign to get funded and hopefully accrue money that they can apply towards their next book.
Mm-hmm.
Once they get several issues in, then definitely a distribution model would be probably a good idea.
Oh yeah, I do have to get out of here. I just got but I've been feeling ill for most of the day. So
dear.
I think I may have taken too much medication. So I'm gonna dip out of here. But it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I love seeing you in our chat on Indiegogo. So please keep coming by.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to have you on there at some point too.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. But if you guys need any information, Lola can fill you in on any information for me.
Right on.
All right, thank you guys
for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Have a good one, Brian.
Yeah.
Here now. Get well soon. Oh. And we'll put this back up here. Let's see. Some person said YouTube seems shaky at the moment. They always fix one thing and then break something else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True. The more brutal the murder, the better. Welcome, Keely Chow. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
What's going on? We are promoting Lure. Were there, let me see here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't there a couple other updates you wanted to share on the progress of Lure? Or did we already?
The latest update is I got all the pages in today, so I'm on to lettering now.
Holy cow. So this means that they've already been inked and colored?
Yes.
Whoa. So does it, are you presently, what are your plans for lettering? Do you still want to do it?
I'm debating.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got them in today. I'm going to take all day tomorrow. I'm going to talk to a few letterers, see what their rates are, and then decide from there.
Okay. And when you said all the pages are in, do you mean in like a digital format?
They are, yes.
Okay. All right. So then let's see, if I'm not mistaken, after lettering's done, then you give it you look it over and make sure everything looks just the way you want it. Then
Make sure
you
the size is right and send it to the printer.
And then I presume you're planning on requesting a proof?
Yes.
All right. And then you determine if the proof comes out clean and exactly the way you want it.
Yep.
And that's free from issues or blemishes or mistakes.
Yep.
And then you give it the go ahead. Sweet.
It is almost done, guys.
My gosh. Must
That's
be an
why
exciting feeling.
yeah, that's why I'm only keeping it open till August. I know I said December I should be shipping, but I feel like I'll be shipping way before then.
Oh my gosh, wow.
I
That's
just gave myself that leeway just in case anything happened, but pages are all into me. We're on the lettering, and then it's going to get resized to where it needs to be, and it's off to the printer.
Yeah, I mean, especially with your very first campaign, you never can tell what you're going to run into, what kind of roadblocks you might hit or bumps in the road, and it is a good idea to give yourself some cushion.
Yeah, that's what I did because I wasn't sure how this was going to end up, and it's going way better than I expected, honestly.
That's pretty sweet.
I haven't had any problems. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get the book in my hand, and I can't wait to get it into your guys' hands. So I know you're going to love it just as much as I do.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. And then let's see. Now, did you say that there was like another print that you were going to include on the front page, the story tab of the campaign eventually?
Yes, if I reach 2,500, I will have another print for all physical backers, and it's a image of Chastity done by Michael Watson. I was on his show, and he was drawing my character live, and then at the end of the show, he's like, "This is for you. I'm going to send it to you, and I can do whatever I want with it."
Nice. Was it a surprise to you, or did you know that he was working on it?
I knew he was going to do it, but I didn't know he was going to give it to me.
Oh, nice. That's pretty sweet. Right on. Let's see here. And I wanted to note. Let's see. So, can you tell me the name of the printer you guys use with Liberty Distribution?
Comics Wellspring.
Comics Wellspring.
Yes.
Is it 2 words?
Hold on. My brain is not thinking.
It's all good.
Yeah, comics, then spring.
Oh, 3 words.
Yep.
All right. Fantastic. I just want to make note of it for reference.
And we've been using them for years. My husband's been using them before I even met him, and that's where we print our books through.
Cool. Yeah, if he's been a customer of them for that many years, then they've got to be good.
They are good.
Sweet. All right. Anything else that we might not have covered, or anything else that you wanted to share before we wrap things up?
No. I mean, I'm just so excited of where my campaign is at, and those who haven't backed yet, just back it. It's so worth it. You will love the campaign. You'll love the book. It is on the adult side, but there's more to it than just the sex that's in the book. There's a deep, dark story to it, and you'll be surprised by how the story goes.
Do you anticipate Lore becoming a series, or is this like a one-off?
I'm going to be doing a second issue of it, but if I didn't do a second issue, it could be a standalone book where it's at. It's a complete story in itself right now, but I do have other ideas for a second story just to add on to it.
Cool.
I wouldn't do more than just the 2 books.
All right. Right on. Sweet. All right. Let's see. So, everybody, be sure and back Lure. If you can't at this moment, maybe you're waiting for your next paycheck, please consider sharing it all over your social media. If you already have backed it, definitely thank you so much for your support of the project. And consider getting some copies for your friends and family. Back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady.
And you have till August 1st. I am shutting it down. But if you want that exclusive trading card of me, you gotta back it before they're all gone.
Indeed. Indeed. Sweet. All right. I think that covers everything. I wanted to do. Oh, you know what? Here. I should have given your husband the floor too before he left. You get the floor. So would you share with the world how you can be found on social media?
Yeah, I am everywhere. I do so many different streams. I'm a host of many streams. So if you want to track me down, go to Linktree, indie_princess, and you can find all my links there. If you want to see a funny show where I might throw up, the last 2 shows I have, catch me on my YouTube every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Backer Shots. And then I'm on pretty much all the Indie Vault shows.
What is the concept of backer shots?
Okay, so me and my co-host, we take shots for every backer the campaigns that we have on the show get.
So in your case, you would have you'd be showcasing Lure, and then your co-host would be showcasing their book.
No, we have a guest on now. At first it was just for my book, but then we turned into an actual show because it was just for fun one time to try to get more backers for Lore. And now it's an actual show we do every Saturday night, and we have guests on, and we take shots for how many backers we can get them. So last week I took 15 shots.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I did a drink called liquid cocaine. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but after like the 3rd shot, you start feeling it. And I threw up twice on camera last week.
Oh my gosh. Really?
I did. And the week before that, I took 10 shots of liquid cocaine and threw up on screen too.
Oh man. So people can go back and check out the stream and see you puke?
Yeah. You won't see puke, but you'll hear me.
Oh, okay. So you like dug down.
I
grabbed
dug
the
down,
garbage
yes.
can
Yeah,
and hurled.
I did.
Dang.
But it is a good show. A lot of people are talking about it, especially the people that have gotten backers. We do get backers for every campaign that's on the show.
Nice.
We're doing up to 3 campaigns a show right now.
Whoa.
And we get backers for each campaign.
My goodness. So if you have 3 books, then that's 5, potentially like an average of 5 shots per book. That's wild.
Yeah. One of the books we did, I don't even know how many shots. Like, we were wrapping up the show, and then all of a sudden, all these people just came out of nowhere and started backing this campaign, and we were doing shot after shot after shot.
Dang.
We've helped people reach their goal, funded people. So we've been doing really good on that show.
Oh, nice. And that's every Saturday, right?
Every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Saturday at 9. Backer shots. Okay. Sweet. All right. So everybody back Lure. I wanted to thank everyone for joining us in the chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks to everyone.
As always.
Thanks to everyone who watches this on replay. If you would be so kind, please share the stream and the campaign all over your social media. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Mark the bell for notifications. If you want to see my social media, just check out the description of any of my streams, and you'll see it all outlined there. So thanks to everyone in chat. Thanks to everyone who watches us on replay, and thanks to our very special guest, Indie Princess.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on again.
Oh, my pleasure. Y'all have a great night. See you on the next stream. Take it easy. Bye.
Bye.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube sensation. WyzGyz. How you doing, Connie? Welcome to the show.